Hi everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, I want to show you how and what I pack for long-term travel. If you're interested in this type of content, keep watching. About 2.5 years ago, I became 100% location independent. What that means for me is that I live primarily outside of a suitcase or a backpack, etc. I also practice slow traveling. Now, some people might call it slow mads, slow madding. I did not coin any of these terms, but it applies to me because the type of travel that I do is sort of slow. I tend to stay in one location anywhere from 3 months to 6 months. My way of packing is tailored to that style of traveling. Now, even if you don't practice slow traveling, that's okay. There are a few things that I share in this video that applies to other types of traveling. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the most important part of traveling, which is the backpack. I didn't always have this backpack. As a matter of fact, this is new. I purchased this a few months ago in preparation for my next phase of travel, which starts in March of this year, March 2022. Prior to this, I had another backpack. It's an Osprey backpack. I used that my first round of traveling. It was okay, but it didn't quite work for me. The shape and the weight distribution became too heavy for me to carry. My solution to that was to transition to a backpack, like a small one, 15-liter Daypack, which was actually part of my Osprey pack system, and I combined that with a small suitcase. All right, so I used this rolling suitcase with this part. This is the Daypack that comes with the Osprey Fairview backpack. I particularly did not like wheeling this around through cities, through train stations. When I have to check into an Airbnb, for example, and I arrive early and I have a few hours to wait until I can check in, this was quite difficult because I wanted to just walk around the city and explore and just take my time, and it was difficult, having to use this with me. Sometimes the Airbnb host would let me leave it there, but that always wasn't the case. So that was one thing I really hated about this. Aside from that, I was looking to downsize anyway. I had been traveling with probably the equivalent of, I would say, about 55 to 60 liters combining these two, and I wanted to decrease that by roughly 40% or 50%. You would see with my new system, I now have about half of what I used to travel with. Okay, so I went from that to this. Now, this backpack is called the Tortuga Outbreaker. It is 35 liters. Even though it has less capacity, I'm able to pack more things in it just because of how it's designed. It is not perfect. I don't think there's a perfect backpack out there, but for me, this is as close as it gets to what I think I need. I want something that is one system for everything, meaning it has space for my laptop and electronic stuff in a compartment that I could separate my clothes from everything else. And I also like how sleek it looks. It looks quite sleek. It's very boxy looking, but I tend to like that look anyway. I also like that it's kind of minimal. You can't really tell, except for this logo here, what type of backpack it is. I like it a lot. It is quite heavy. And that's one thing I have to say is a con for me, but I knew this before buying it. I watched hundreds of hours of videos of people reviewing this. I knew that was a con. I still bought it anyway. I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna see how it works. There will be a separate review of this backpack coming up after I have fully packed it and used it on the trip. Now, I do travel with quite a bit of electronics because of the nature of what I do. My work is 100% online, so I need a good computer. I have a MacBook Air and it works perfectly for everything I need. I also travel with my iPad Pro because I create a lot of videos for either YouTube or for my online business. I often create tutorials for some of the items that I sell. I need a good system related to sound and amongst other things. So I have a wireless mic system here. This is the Comica Boom. I also have a USB mic. This is a Rode USB mic. This is a USB speaker. It's quite small. The last time I traveled, I did not bring it and I regretted it. It's really small. I figured I'll make some space for it. Now I have a tech bag. I wanted something that would be specifically for organizing hard drives, adapters, cables, cords, etc. This contains much more than it shows, and I will have a separate video just going over the tech stuff that I travel with. Moving on to personal items. This is my toiletry bag. I have used this for almost 3 years. It works really well. It's an Osprey one. It's one of those ones that has a hook that you can carry, and I put toiletries down here, makeup and stuff here, and other miscellaneous things like toothbrush and stuff here. I don't carry with me when I'm traveling lotion, toothpaste, like full-size toothpaste, shampoo, things like that. Because I travel slow, I often stay in apartments or Airbnbs. What I do is when I get on location, I buy the items, like full size of those items, and I just use them for 3 to 6 months, and that usually works out really well for me. I carry only the essentials of the things that I need. It's usually pretty light. This is one of 3 packing cubes. This is the smallest of the 3. And this contains accessories, so like a hairband. My first aid kit is in here. I have some hair clips and stuff. I think a belt in here too. So general accessories. This is a multifunctional bag. I do have a separate bag that I carry every day, and actually I have a separate video going over this, so if you want to watch that, I'll leave the link for this video reviewing this. This hasn't changed much, and I've used this system for a while. This is a separate one because sometimes I don't want to take that one if I just need to go for a quick walk, or I need to go running, walking, hiking, and I don't want to carry this. That's where this comes in. It's kind of like a fanny pack, but it could also be like a shoulder sling, because you can attach the strap in different ways based on what you need. All right, I have 2 pairs of shoes in here. I have my everyday shoe and I have a sandal in here. I have it packed because I will not be wearing either of these when traveling, because I will be wearing my hiking shoe. So yes, I am traveling with 3 pairs of shoes. These are like hiking sneaker boots combo. They're more like sneakers, but they're specifically made for hiking. And because they're quite bulky, I will be wearing them. When I traveled last year, I wish I had hiking shoes because I did more hiking than I expected. The downside to traveling with a hiking pair of shoes is that they're heavy, but all I need to do is wear them to the airport, pack my regular shoes in the backpack. That way, even though this is bulky, at least I am wearing it. Okay, moving on to my other packing cubes. I have my main packing cube. This has more than half of my clothes. It has mostly bottoms and a jumpsuit and a bunch of other things that I will go over in a separate video because it deserves its own separate video talking about, how many t-shirts, how many tank tops, things like that. I think those are quite helpful. Actually, for me, when I was revamping my travel wardrobe, I watched a ton of those videos and they were quite helpful. So I will make a separate video just going over that so you can see what I am packing specifically. But I have 3 packing cubes. This is one of 3, the biggest. I have a skinny one here, and this contains mostly like tank tops and t-shirts. And yeah, between these 2 and I have like bathing suits, underwear, and socks. They go directly into the backpack because this backpack has like mini packing pouches built into them. So I use those for my underwear and socks and bathing suits and my clothes in here. Last but not least, this is my Fikal Raven. I am saying it wrong. I know. I apologize to Swedish people. This is my Daypack. I also use it for my laptop bag, and I use it for like short trips if I need to pack up more than I can fit in here for whatever reason. That's when this is going to come in handy. So I had a chance to live in Sweden for a few months, and I got to see people using this bag. I also had some first-hand experience with it. I couldn't wait to get my hands on my own. This is not a classic because I wanted one that had the padded laptop compartment, which this does. I went to Dallas for 2 weeks. I packed clothes and shoes and everything I needed for 2 weeks, plus my laptop and my iPad and some accessories, and it all fit in here. It looks small, but it is deceptively larger. In a few weeks, I will be packing all of these items, and I will make a separate video to show you how it all fits in here. That is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I personally enjoy these types of videos because I want to know how people are packing, so I can get ideas on how to improve or tweak my own packing setup. I will leave links down below on the pertinent items, so if you want to check them out yourself, you can do so. Share with me down in the comment section, what is your preferred packing style? Are you a one-pack person, or are you a backpack and a suitcase? What is your preferred packing system? Share them in the comment section below. I want to hear all about it. If you have any questions about any of the items that I have here, or something else you want me to review, let me know in the comment section and I will be happy to create a video related to that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.